Now hello and welcome our dear primary 5 students. I'm so happy to be with you in the second session. Now let's go to the unit which is 8B. Now based on the title, can you read it?
Special buildings.
Now I want you to think, do we have some special buildings here in Egypt, and why do we call them special? Think in 1 minute. Time's up.
Okay, I think we have some special buildings here in Egypt, like we have the Great Pyramid, maybe. I think it's special because it's made of marble, it's made of some special stones, so it's so special for us.
So they are eco-friendly and environmentally friendly ways.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So they are so special because I think here in Egypt we are so lucky to have the heritage of the past ages, and which we have been handed by old days, all the pharaonic eras. Thank you so much. Now let's have the first question. Exercise 1. I want you to look at these two pictures and tell me, why do we call them so special? Or in what way they are so special, or the houses shown in here are special? Think in 1 minute. Time's up.
Okay, here I think they are so special because of the materials used in their buildings and their shapes, maybe, and the way they keep heat and water.
So I think they have some special shapes. And now the second question, which of these materials which have been mentioned in here were used to make the houses in the pictures? Think in 1 minute. Now time's up.
I think recycled tires, earth, cans and bottles.
So what is meant by earth?
Maybe soil, mud.
So does it mean that we don't use any bricks in here?
I think the tires here are in the shape of bricks used to build these buildings, and we can put some soil in it to shape it as a brick.
So if I live here in this house, do you think that I have to pay some bills or something like this?
No, I think it's so special for me because it saves time for building, and also it doesn't cost much money for us to build.
So it costs close to nothing, I think.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Now let's check your answer. Great. Can you read them?
I think it consists of recycled tires, earth, cans and bottles.
Now here we have some questions. I want you to read the text to pick their answers. The first question here. Can you read it?
Who designed and built the first earth ship?
Second question.
Why did he do this?
Third one.
What do you need to build an earth ship?
The fourth one.
How does the house's heating system work?
Fifth one.
Where do these houses get water from?
The sixth one.
Why is it the dream green home?
And the last question.
Would you ever consider living in an earth ship?
Now in 5 minutes, I want you to read the text to pick their answers. And don't forget to take notes. Now time's up, and if you need more time, of course this is a video, you can pause it. let's get back to the question. The first question, please.
Who designed and built the first Earthship? I think here the first one named Mike Reynolds.
Let's check your answer. So his job was an...
Architect.
Thank you so much. Second question.
Why did he do this? I think he wanted to create an environmentally friendly house.
Great. What is meant by environmentally friendly house?
Eco-friendly house. It doesn't pollute Earth.
Thank you so much. Now I think I have a video for this. So let's watch it.
It's a beautiful thing to be in a place that you and your friends created. It's almost like a nest in nature. It's almost primitive as well. You build your shelter and you live with the beautiful compliments and you live with the kinks of the place. You build the home, but the home also helps build you as a person. So it's part of me in a sense, you know. Yeah, and all the people who helped, you know. I get to look at things and remember their beautiful smiles and how we laughed and shared an amazing time here. So out of college, studied construction technology, decided I wanted to focus my interest on some type of building. Thought about the future of the planet and thought, oh, maybe I'll focus on sustainable building. Then looked at all the options, did the internet thing, looked for futuristic home styles, stuff like that. And then Earthships popped up a couple times, but like most people, it's like, oh, that's interesting, but a bit out there. Then you keep looking and eventually you realize that the Earthship is the full package. It does the rainwater, it does the food production, heats and cools itself in the winter and in the summer months, works in Canada and all climates, and it's just fun to build, recycled materials. So eventually made the leap down to Arizona twice to help two builds down there, and then made the leap to build here in Prince Edward Island.
Thank you for watching. Now the question. Why do you think that this house is so special, and what is special about it?
As we said before, I think this house is so special because it's, first of all, it's an environmentally friendly house. As we said, it's eco-friendly as it doesn't pollute Earth.
What about the heating system and the water here in this house?
I think here in this house they can get heat from the heat of the sun. As the sun heats up the bricks, the soil inside it,
Yeah, which we said also the tires.
yeah, at the tires,
And slowly release it.
and they keep the heat inside it and they slowly release it inside the house. And also for the water system here, the rainwater is filtered and stored in tanks under the house, and they can also reuse the dirty water from the kitchen or bathroom to reuse it for toilets and other usages.
So I think it costs nothing. I think it close to nothing if you are going to build it. Why? Because what are the materials used in here?
Because we can use, as we said before, we can use tires, earth, cans and bottles.
Yeah, of course, from recycled.
Yes, from recycled
Recycled
waste.
materials.
Yes, or materials, yes.
Thank you so much. So also you can protect the environment. Instead of throwing rubbish, you can build some new houses. Now, excellent, you did great. Third question.
What do you need to build an Earthship?
Okay, we can use car tires, earth, cans and bottles.
Fourth question.
Okay, how does the house's heating system work? I think the sun heats the earth in the tires that are used as bricks. This heat is stored and slowly released.
Now, sorry, I haven't checked your answers, but let's check them all. Thank you so much. You did great. The fifth question.
Okay. Where do these houses get water from? I think rainwater is filtered and stored in tanks under the house. Dirty water from the kitchen and bathroom is filtered and reused for the toilet.
Thank you so much. Nothing is missed in here in this.
Yes. What?
Nothing is missed here in this
Yes,
house. Everything is in use.
I think they are based on the idea of recycling. So they recycle every little bit they have inside the house.
So zero rubbish.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Question number 6.
Why is it the dream green home? I think because it costs close to nothing. It's easy to build and there aren't any bills to pay.
You don't have to pay bills.
Yes,
I have paid many of them yesterday. Thank you so much. And the last question.
Yes. Would you ever consider living in an Earthship? For me, I think it would be a nice idea and a great experience for me to live in an Earthship. For me, it's a way or a chance to help Earth and keep it away from our pollution and try to protect our Earth,
Also back to nature.
as we have no other planet to live on.
Yeah, there is no planet B. Thank you so much. Let's check your answer. You did great. Thank you so much. Now to the vocabulary time. Now I want you. Which of these words sounds similar in your language? So here you have some vocabularies and I want you to give me their synonyms. So let's start. Think in 1 minute. Now time's up. The first one. Read it please.
Waste. I think it will be rubbish.
Great. Second one.
Designed. I think it would be planned.
Let's check. Great.
Generate. I think it will be create.
Next one.
Except. It would be apart from.
Let's check it. Great.
Stored. Kept.
Stored one. Yeah.
Yeah, kept.
Let's check it. Great. Next one.
Released. It would be let go. Yes,
Great.
I did it.
Yeah, you always do it.
And as usual, the difficult one, filtered. It will be purified.
This is your luck. You have only you have all every question you have the most difficult.
So purified. Yeah.
And the last question in 3 minutes. I want you to write a short paragraph to persuade your friend to build his own Earth ship. I want you to persuade him or to tell him that convince him to build an Earth ship or an environmentally friendly building. Now, don't forget, write down, take notes, then say it or send it back to me, please. And now, thank you so much. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned with us. I have enjoyed it so much. Thank you. Bye. Now welcome again to the grammar section. Now we will have some revision on the to and the enough for. Here you have a picture. What can you see here in this picture?
Here, I think is a young boy, and there is a bike.
So can you tell me please? Do you think that he can ride a bike?
No, I think he's too young to ride this bike.
So this is a nice reason, of course. So let's check it. Yeah, can you read it, please?
He is too young to ride a bike.
So what does he need to be to ride this bike?
I think he should be old enough to ride a bike.
Great. So Read it, please.
He is not old enough to ride a bike.
Now another picture. The same idea here.
Yeah.
So, can this little girl drive the car?
I think she cannot drive this car. She's a little young girl.
Of course, she will not get the license.
Yeah, she will not get the license because she is too young to get it.
Read it, please.
He is too young to drive the car.
it could be she.
Yes, she is.
So she needs to be.
Old enough also to drive a car. So, he is not old enough to drive the car.
Next picture. What comes to your mind when you have a stone and a young boy?
He cannot climb it or carry it,
Again,
so he
again,
is.
please.
I think he is too young or he's too weak to carry this one.
Let's check it. So read it, please.
The boy is too weak to lift the rock.
So he needs to be.
He needs to be strong enough to lift the rock. Or here, he is not strong enough to lift the rock.
Now here, if you are in the library, of course you have some.
Shelves.
So for a young girl, can she reach these shelves?
No, I think she is short, too short to reach the shelf.
Thank you so much. And she needs also.
She needs to be tall enough to reach the shelf.
But unfortunately she.
But here, she's not tall enough to reach the shelf.
Great. This is a boy, of course, behind some windows or inside his house. And how is the weather like outside?
I think it's cold and snowy.
Yeah, for you, you can go in this weather.
Yeah, I like it.
But for a young boy, of course, this is a bad weather for him to
Yeah.
go outside. So, can you form a sentence in here?
I think he is too young to go outside the house.
Maybe because of the weather.
Or it is too cold to go out.
Great. And the weather isn't
I think it isn't warm enough to go outside.
great. Great, sorry. Now, if you have a puzzle, which one do you think can solve this puzzle?
The intelligent one?
And how do you know the intelligent one in here?
I think the one here, the one on the right here.
Great, because
She's-
you have a lightning lamp.
Yes, she is intelligent enough or smart enough to answer the puzzle or to solve the puzzle.
Great. Do you agree?
Yes, of course. I think she is too smart to answer the puzzle or to solve it. The one on the right.
I think she's not too smart. You don't know that. So she's smart.
She's smart enough. She's smart enough. As we use enough for positive attitudes, and we use it so to express ability for doing things.
Thank you so much. Let's check the answer. Can you read it, please?
The girl on the right is smart enough to solve the puzzle.
If you are going to work as a war photographer, what do you need?
To be courageous, to be brave. He's brave enough to work as a war photographer.
So can you form the sentence again?
So he is brave enough to work as a war reporter or as a war photographer.
Let's check the answer. Read it, please.
You need to be brave enough to be a war photographer.
Can I use here you need to be too brave to be a war photographer?
I think no. As we said before, to is used for expressing negative attitudes.
And enough also for positive ones.
Yes.
So here, Muhammad Salah is running down the wings, of course.
Yeah.
He's too...
He is fast enough to
Yeah.
beat his enemies.
I think maybe the defenders here aren't...
And the defenders are too slow to catch him.
Yeah, great, you did it. How did you know that I have written this sentence?
Because I love Muhammad Salah.
Great, and he's so fast. So can you read it, please?
The defender is too slow to catch Mo Salah.
And the defender also is not fast enough to catch Mo Salah.
Of course, you can see here that I use fast with enough because it's a positive one.
Yes.
And I use it with the negative verb. Thank you so much. Now here I want you to have a look at this to sum up the grammatical usage for to and enough. And don't forget to take notes. Now, thank you so much. Now, to rewrite some of the following sentences to evaluate your progress, let's practice together. The first one, read it.
Oh, this tea is so hot. I can't drink it.
Can you use to?
Okay. This tea is too hot to drink it.
Or to drink. Yes, thank you so much. So, can you read it?
This tea is too hot to drink.
Next one, read it, please.
The watch is so expensive, I can't buy it.
Yeah, use to.
Okay, the watch is too expensive to buy.
Next one, read it.
The bag is too heavy to carry. Use enough.
Okay. I think I'm not strong enough to carry the bag.
Or maybe the bag isn't light
Isn't
enough
light
to
enough.
to carry. Thank you. You are always thinking out of the box. Great. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed it so much.